Exploration is one of the first activities that Capsuleers are encouraged to try. It's one of the 5 tracks for the career missions, it's one of the 4 categories in the Air Career Program, and it's one of the 4 options available now in the Air Daily Goals. With just a little investment in scanning skills and a basic T1 exploration frigate, you can make a healthy income at it. Jane, of course, doesn't care about air, or its career program, or agents, or daily goals, but she does know that there are plenty of useful things she can find that will make building and fitting her Stratios easier. Whether it's data sites with their data cores and decryptors used for invention of T2 blueprints, or relic sites with their ample salvage needed for producing rigs, or wormholes providing gateways across the galaxy, exploration, Jane thinks, is the next part of the adventure. You may remember Jane from a once popular series of books used to teach children how to read. Jane left that conventional life portrayed in those stories to become a capsuleer, but it left her with a chip on her shoulder. Far from conventional now, she has committed herself to following 4 cardinal rules that she calls her guiding stars. Her vision is to build a Stratios and fly it on a pilgrimage to the Eve Gate. These are the continuing adventures of Jane Honesty. Jane has trained her scanning skills up, all the ones that really count, to level 4, but you don't need to have level 4 skills to make exploration worth your while. If you're alpha, you can max out your scanning skills pretty quickly and do just fine. Likewise, for fitting. Jane doesn't need anything fancy. Jane has Spot the Imicus, plain old T1 exploration frigate, same kind you'd get from your career agent, assuming you do those, and that'll do just fine too. In the low slots, Jane has inertial stabilizers. 3 of them together get Jane an under 3-second align time. In the highs, she has a core probe launcher with 8 core scanner probes. The initial probe 1s, nothing fancy there either. Bread and butter of the whole operation. She's also left in the high slots the small tractor beams, and she'll leave them there as long as the deep flow rift sites are still around, but ordinarily you wouldn't bother with those. Some people like to put a gun in one and put a salvager in the other, totally up to you. In the mids, Jane has a 5 meganewton micro warp drive. She had a quad lift restrained sitting around, but again, any flavor of 5 meganewton micro warp drive would probably do. She has a data analyzer and a relic analyzer, which again are part of the bread and butter of the operation for hacking the sites that she would scan down. She also has a scoped cargo scanner. The cargo scanner is optional. If you're in a hurry, you can use it to scan the cans in these sites and just go pick the ones that have the most loot in them and leave the ones that are less lucrative. People think very often that this is poor manners, but this is Eve, so it's up to you whether you care about manners. She's also thrown in the drones. The Imicus will allow her to carry 4 each of whatever flavor. She's got Hornets and Warriors. She can fly 4 at a time. Some folks like to put ECM drones in there so that if you get caught, the drone can jam an attacker's targeting system long enough for you to get away. And then in the hold, she's got a core scanner, another set of 8, so that the probe launcher will automatically reload when she pops the probes out. In the rigs, she has 1 small mimetic algorithm bank. That is a rig that will improve the strength of her data analyzer. She would like to put a second rig here, a small emission scope sharpener, which would do the same thing, boosting the strength of her relic analyzer. But alas, Jane doesn't have enough salvage to build that second rig yet. With a bit of exploration, a relic site could easily provide the salvage that she needs for that and more. So it's time to undock. Alright, here we are at a safe spot. So we're going to pop the probes and see what we can find. Open up the map. And if we just run the probes from the sun, for starters, at 4 AU, it's usually a pretty good place to start. Got 1 there, 2, 3, so they're all pretty close to the center here. combat site. Don't really need much about a combat site, but we'll scan it down just to see if it's something interesting. Haunted yard. Alright. What else we got? Wormhole. Okay. And way over here. Alright. We didn't reach it from the sun, so it'll probably be within 4 AU of this cluster over here, the asteroid belt. Pop that out to 4. And there it is, another combat site. Serpentis Phi outpost. Alright. Well, we're not in a ship that's going to do combat sites at the moment, but we might come back to that later. For now, let's check out the wormhole, see what that is. Unstable wormhole. Unknown parts of space. Alright, so that's going to go to a place that might have some interesting sights for us. Wormhole beginning to decay, won't last another day, has not yet been significantly disrupted. So, we've got plenty of time to go there and check it out and come back again. Let's do it. Enter wormhole. Alright, here we are in an unknown part of space. Nobody on D-scan. Let's save the location of the wormhole. Say that goes home. We'll mark that for 3 hours. That ought to be plenty of time. Alright, see where we can go to here. Map. Kind of a small system. Let's go over here. We'll make a safe spot on the way. This will save, because if we ever come back here, we'll have a safe spot. We'll go back to that spot. Pop our probes. And again, we'll just start at the center. Let's see what we find. Okay, most of the things near the center. Alright, there's another wormhole. Ones that are 2 dots connected by a line, it's always the farthest one away from where you scanned it originally. Okay, now that'll be the wormhole we came in, because we've marked that as home already. What else? Over here. Another wormhole. We'll have lots of options if we want to go anywhere else. So after the first scan, quite a few of them came up as points, which are ones that we can scan down from fairly easily. After the first scan, our first scan was at 4 AU, and without exceptional skills, once you get them down to a point, you can reduce usually 2 notches down to 1. And yet another wormhole. It's all wormholes all the time tonight. Alright. That would have been from this wormhole, which is the farthest away. Maybe it wasn't from that wormhole. Anyway, can't remember. We'll split the difference. Another wormhole. All wormholes. Okay, that leaves these 2. Alright, this one we originally scanned from the sun. Now a circle means that the circle is at the intersection of 2 probes having found the thing. So if we pop that back out, we can get a kind of a sense of where that was. Alright, so wherever the intersection of 2 probes is, and only 2 probes, looks like along here, where that dotted line exits the rest of the probes, and it's the intersection of this one and this one. So we'll pull it over here. Make sure we're aligned pretty well. Yes, and now we can reduce 1. And we should be just about on it. Yeah, okay. Gas site. Jane's got no use for gas, at least right now. But we can finish scanning it down. Last site will be within a 2 AU radius of that planet, no doubt. So 4 AU from the planet gets us a 2 AU radius, and we'll see what that is. You can see we still got the haze around it. That means that 1 probe found it. It's the same size as one of the probe's spheres. Okay. So it's all about the wormholes here. Alright. So which of these wormholes... Let's bring this up again. This wormhole is the one that we came in, so we're going to ignore that result. We already have it bookmarked. And now we'll go around and see what's with these other wormholes, if maybe there's some place worth going from here. And I'm gonna warp within 100.
Warp drive active.
Make another safe. prospect here. Into dangerous unknown parts of space. So, a dangerous unknown parts of space, it'd be a C4, C5 wormhole. And that's not going to have anything in it that we're interested in, so we'll ignore that. Next one. Another one, dangerous unknown parts of space. So we're going to ignore that. Next one. Someone else does know we're in here now. There's no doubt they've de-scanned us as well. So we do want to be a little bit more wary now. Someone might call friends. This one goes to high security space. Well, we don't really want to go to high security space either. So let's ignore that result. Next. That one goes to high security space. Alright, one more to look at. Dangerous unknown parts of space. So again, no place that we want to be, really. That leaves the gas site. So from here, unless we want to go back out to high security space in someplace, we're done with this wormhole. So we'll just warp to 0 at the home wormhole. Head back home. Now this one will say low security space, because that's where we came from, yes? So let's enter. And we're back home in Uphallant. Well, so much for that little junket. We'll go next door. We'll see if we can find anything interesting there. Maybe in Dastryns. Plenty of signatures here. Here we go. Okay, so we've scanned down all the things here. We've got a couple of wormholes. We've got a combat site. This SCC secure key storage, these two, are both actually combat sites with data site cans to hack. We're not in a combat ship, so we're not going to do those. These regional Serpentis data centers Levels 2 and 3, though, are things that we are going to be interested in. These are data sites that we can hack and get stuff that may be useful to us in one way or another. The level 3 site is going to be the more difficult one, but with the best chance of reward, so we'll attempt that first. Five cans. So, the mainframes are going to be probably the most difficult. And potentially the most lucrative. For this is going to be 1,000, and this is a data site. I'll fire up the data analyzer, and away we go. 2, 1 to something interesting, and that's a bad one. Get rid of that one right away. That will help us out. This, where they're surrounded by 6, are safe ones, meaning that either 3, 2, 1, it is the core, or it is something that is going to be, if it's a bad thing, then the core is right next to it. Ah, man. Bad luck. 4, 3, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2. Boy, getting stuck at every turn. That'll help. That'll help. 4, 3, 2. So it's not that way. It's got to be this way. Let's see if we can get rid of this. But that. One. There's the core. It's a heavy core, though. But we got it. Data core and augmentation. Alright. That's good. We like those. Off to the next can. Alright, let's try out this way. 4, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 4. Okay, so we gotta go this way. Five, alright, that tells us that we're going this way. That, we use the wrench right away. Huh. Alright. 3, 4. Okay. Gotta be up here then. Wrench, thank you. There it is. Do we have enough? We do. Hack it. Drones rigging. We can use that, I think. And a decryptor. Alright, next one up. That one was an easy one. Electrical filament, calm electrical. Well, maybe sooner or later we'll try some abyssals. Jones rigging again. Decryptor. Okay. We won't turn our noses up at it. One more. Firestorm. Okay. So that's one. Let's go to this other one now. 2, that's a level 2, so it may not be as rich, but we're gonna try it, see what we get. Now we're gonna need some help. Anybody? Yes. Repairs. Oh, a Sigma integrated analyzer. That might be something we will want to try to make to put on the Stratios. That would be a nice piece of equipment. We'll see. We're gonna take it home anyway. And a Noise 5 needle jack. Now that's nice because we can use that for a future exploration day trip. That will yeet us out into some random nullsec system. Theoretically, a quiet one. But you never know. So that's not too bad for our first time out. We got some data cores, we got some decryptors, noise, needle jack, skill books. Yeah, well, that's good. And this, really gonna have to think about maybe figuring out how to make one of those, because that would be a nice thing for Jane to have on the Stratios for sure. Well, while we were over in Dastryns, a couple of more sites popped up. Both of them, when we scanned down, are these Reckoning Drifter sites, which are available during Capsuleer days. And since it's pretty quiet in here, we might as well just take a look and see if there's anything useful for Jane in one of those. We can't use any of the rewards that come from these sites because they go into the redemption queue. So, we can claim the reward and it will go toward points there, but that's not worth anything to us. But there are 3 cans in here, and something in those cans might be worth something. They do sometimes drop regular old salvage, which Jane can use, is in need of for putting together rigs. These are, on the whole, fairly challenging hacks as hacks go. There it is, a red core, but we can handle it. These sleeper protocols can be sold to NPCs for 100,000 ISK each, so that's good. That's a Capsuleer Day thing. We're not going to be able to use that. Fireworks. If we ever come across a launcher for fireworks, we could do those. Metal scraps. We need tritanium, so that's all good. Head to the next one. Might as well not have it nagging me for those points. Alright. Yeah, right off the bat. Gonna use that one too. 5, 3, 2, 1. Oh, that'll be a nice thing to have on hand in case. 4, 3, 2, 1. There's the core. Oh, that was a mistake. Try again. Should have just hacked the core. I had enough power for it. But I did a stupid thing. And kaboom. I could have had that one on the first try if I'd been smarter. That's what I should have done the first time. Alright, those are for Capsuleer Day. Those we can sell. Fried interface. Beautiful. That's one of them. Now, got one more in here. We might as well go get what we can from it. Straight to it. Oh, that all looks good. Oh. Might have some fancy clothes to wear now. Armor booster. That might come in handy too. Alright. So there, we've done it. Capsuleer Day site. All set. Once again, back home to put it all in the hangar. I'm Casparius. Exploration in EVE is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. There's almost always something good in the box, but every now and then you get a flavor you really don't like at all and your ship goes kaboom. Today's episode, I realize, is nearly twice the length of most, but I hope that leaving in the more train-of-thought commentary might be useful to some, especially newer players. And I wanted to show you my dumb mistake on the Capsuleer Day can. Blowing it just means trying the next one, and there's always going to be more cans. Anyway, thanks for watching. Of all the things you might have been doing, you took 40 minutes to play EVE Online with me, and I appreciate it. Thank you. So we found this historic Capsuleer crate. Let's open it and see what we've got. Women's Capsuleer Networker 15 suit. Huh. How about that? Well, let's try it on, shall we? And close. Powder. Where would it end up? Here it is. Oh, that's spiffy. Let's go with that. That'll do. Fun, fun, fun.